Alrighty folks, it's Nisos, and I'm here to tell you all about the infinite quarry that I figured out how to build. I thought you guys might enjoy this. Let me do the thing. There we go. I want to get back here and show you something real quick first. So I'm flying around in my astral sorcery mantle, which happens to have Avitus, which gives me gives me regeneration or something. Anyway, um, I'm also attuned to Avitus, which is the creation uh, constellation, and it can randomly, it's not going to do it because we're sitting here waiting for it. There it goes. It can randomly change stone into different ores, in this case uranium from nuclear craft. However, there's another way to do this, which can change kind of a lot more ore, or a lot more stone into a lot more ore, and yeah, makes quite a nice quarry. So our infinite quarry. It's a magic quarry. Let's put it that way. Let's come through here. I'm going to show you how to set one of these up. I'm going to start kind of with a more basic setup here. So just this top layer. The bottom layer is just pretty little well thing. Don't need that at all. Just this top layer. If you get into Astral Sorcery, it will show you how to make this ritual pedestal. And this little, I don't know, altar, I guess, that goes around the pedestal. And then you get yourself a crystal. Let me grab that out of there real quick. And you have to get attunement. So this one's attuned to Avitus, but we're going to actually see a different one attuned up top. So this one gives us this lovely regeneration buff and promotes the crop growth. So this is a very basic altar, except I've also added a basic collector crystal. It's not the best collector crystal in the world, and it's not enhanced in any way. But by adding that, you can now see there's this little beam of light like shooting off of here. And basically this collector crystal is enhancing it. It's gathering extra power, extra starlight, because this is all about the stars, astral sorcery. It's shooting, let's see if we can see this. It's a little hard to see. There it is. So it's gathering extra starlight and it's shooting it into here. And then the idea is this is actually refracting and there's extra power that it just can't contain. And now it's escaping and getting away. All right, so that's the basic one. Let's go up top where the actual quarry stuff is, and we'll walk through that. Here is the ritual, just like the one below, but here is the ritual I'm using for the quarry, and you may notice it's slightly different. All right, so you got the same basic ritual pedestal at the bottom, and now I've put these little pillars. Doesn't matter what blocks you use, but the pillars look nice. Put these little pillars around and taken these little white shards, rays of light that were refracting back out of it. And you use a lens to basically take that and refract it right back in there. Now, if you go all the way around, do this. Oh, and I should mention, the thing that's powering it is now a celestial collector crystal, and it's sitting on top of an altar. And there is one block space in between that and that, by the way. I got that wrong the first time I did one of these. I put it right on top of there. Anyway, if you get this right, you should see the little particle effects kind of coming up out of the liquid starlight out down there, up into the collector crystal, and you should get this extra kind of beams of power coming out of that thing. And that means that it's really, really doing a good job of empowering your ritual pedestal. And then if you put all the lenses around it in the end, you're going to get, I think it, I don't remember where, I think you get these extra little balls for the starlight power. Now, in addition to that, I'm also using a bit called the ritual anchor. This is not required, but if you don't use an anchor to move the power of the ritual somewhere else, it'll be centered on this block, and this happens. Yeah, that block there has turned all of this stone into ores while I wasn't paying attention. It's got a bit of a bigger radius than I had expected, but anyway. So we've got a ritual anchor here. You just put that 5 blocks above the ritual pedestal, and then it will basically take the power of this ritual and transmit it to wherever you link this anchor to another one. The other anchor that we're linked to is in the center of that big block of stone I showed you. So right down here, it's actually right in the middle of this block of ores. And that's not even the biggest it can be. It's actually 14 by 14 by 14. That was when I was testing. I just put it down on the ground there. So yeah. The reason I didn't bother making this larger right now is I can't produce stone fast enough to keep up with the darn thing. So let me show you about how we're producing stone and placing stone, and then how to harvest it, harvest your ores and process them. So I've got two igneous extruders from thermal expansion, which are combining together, making stone. This one is upgraded all the way to resonant, and it has 3 speed upgrades plus the I don't use water upgrade. What is it called? Pyroclast injection. So it doesn't consume water. You could, if you want, put a 4th speed upgrade in and pump infinite water into here, but it would take, you can see how fast that's going. It's going to take a lot of water to keep up with that, and I didn't really have the space to do it here. But that's not fast enough. That resonant upgraded igneous extruder is not fast enough. So I just put on a second one. This one I only got up to Signalum. Got 2 speed upgrades and, again, the Pyroclast injection, making more stone. And now I'm actually net positive. So this drawer should now be full. Yeah, it's full. I could put another upgrade on there, but it doesn't matter really. So we've got almost 25,000 stone in here. With just this one, it could not keep up. It kept running out of stone and slowing everything down. So how do we get all the stone out of here and actually place it wherever you want it in the world? Well, we do that by piping it out of here. I'm using a transfer node. You could use any piping that you like. And I'm just piping it into a little mini chest because we just need the one slot. Because what's going to happen is this RF Tools builder is pulling from that top chest, and it has a shape card that says make a box solid 11 by 11 by 11. And you can see the offset there. I actually just calculated. I took the XYZ of this block and the XYZ of the ritual anchor down there and just calculated this offset, and you just pull it out and right click it. You can type the dimensions and the offset directly into the card. So this guy's job is just to place stone forever, and is very, very fast at it. Now, at the moment, let's see, what are we using here? We're up to 240 RF per tick on that. I think you're 500 RF per, well, per tick per block. Basically 500 RF per block that it places. And if you multiply 11 by 11 by 11, it's placing a few blocks. Multiply 14 by 14 by 14, it's placing even more. Anyway, there's another 150 RF per tick, so it's taking a little bit of power. I'm in the FTB Revelation pack. It's a 112 mod pack, and we have big reactors that are not nerfed, so you'll be able to see just piping in uranium that we're digging up. Oh, so far I've used 125, and yeah, we have kind of infinite stuff. By the way, that is not a really great reactor design. It's just something. Oh, hi, Pack. I forgot that was there. It's not a great reactor, but it works for what I need it at the moment. All right, so let's see. So we've got the altar, the ritual altar up there. Well, we've got the builder that's placing stone. We've got the altar that is converting stone into ores. And now we have a second builder that's in here. And I could definitely redo all this and make it pretty, but I have not. A couple of key things. So this one has a clearing quarry, not a regular quarry card. If you use a regular quarry card, it'll replace it with dirt, and then no more stone can be placed, and it doesn't work. But the clearing quarry, of course, removes the block so that another stone block can be placed in its where it was. Again, calculate the offset. And the other key here is the storage filter module. So let's see. Yeah. So we're off right now. I've just got it set for a lever, so I can pull this out and just show you guys. What you're going to want to do is silk touch some ore, and then you can right click this guy either here and do it, or you can actually put the ores into a chest and whitelist it based on that, which is why we've got like beryllium dust and sulfur, which obviously are not well, I don't know about obviously, they're not base ores. They're things you get as bonuses when you dig some of this other stuff. But the key here is it says don't dig stone. This is a blacklist? Not sure why it says blacklist. But it's working, so I'm not going to click it. It's actually whitelisting right now. I guess if you click on that, it changes to blacklist. Anyway, so it will only dig the ores that are in here, and I've confirmed this by, well, at first I hadn't silk touched, say, diamond and emerald and stuff, and it wouldn't dig them because it was thinking, well, I had whitelisted actual diamonds and actual emeralds, and that didn't work. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, so we're going to put that back in there, and we're going to turn it on, and then we're going to watch all the processing happen. To do that, though, we have to go into the compact machine world. So let's see, our storage crate is empty. I currently have this limited to 500 RF per tick, but it of course has a decent little buffer there, so we'll get a big burst early on, and then it'll slow down. So yeah, it can dig really fast if you give it enough power, but then you also have to give it enough stone, and then you can't get too far ahead or else the ritual won't keep up, although it's pretty fast. But anyways, there we go. We basically got an infinite quarry. This guy is just over here digging away, and the builder up top is replacing each block it digs back with stone, and the ritual is converting each stone block back into a random ore over and over and over. And that's basically it. I'll show you the processing side, which I placed inside of this compact machine here, just to give myself a little more room and not have to redesign the whole room there. But basically, coming from the outside, all the input comes in here. I have a few things compacting back here, but in the end I use compacting drawers anyway, so you actually don't even need any of this. There's no reason to do that at all. Just use compacting storage drawers and you're good. Coming down into Signalum upgraded pulverizers. I didn't have Resonant Ender when I set this up, but fully upgraded with speed upgrades. Signalum redstone furnaces, 2 speed upgrades by the way, which keep up with the pulverizer, I do believe. Are they all 2? Yeah, they're all 2. So if you do Signalum upgrade, but only use 2 of them, that's enough. And then we're piping out the bottom down here. And I've got 2 outputs because one wasn't actually fast enough. The pipes actually will become a limiting factor at some point. And if we go back out to the main world, sooner or later, there we go. So basically, we've got resonant servos pulling out of this crate, and yeah, not enough power because I've limited it to 500 RF per tick using a energy cell here. So I got 2 servos pulling out of this thing as quick as they can, inserting into the maximum compact machine, and then I've got it's actually pulling out inside and pushing out, so I don't need servos here. But this one is going into the top of storage drawer, this one's going to the other side, and this guy is actually pulling out all the stuff that doesn't need to be processed. So this is whitelisted, and these 2 over here have the same items blacklisted, so they don't go into the processing. And you can see, yeah, what I say, we've used 125 ingots of yellorium, or it was uranium. We just updated the pack and now it's actually creating yellorium, whatever. But we've got 58,000 plus whatever's in the ender chest of uranium, and we've got 13,000 yellorite or yellorium. Is it? Yeah, come on, show me. Yellorium. 13,000 yellorium ingots in there, plus all the iron I could ever want, all the redstone and coal that I could ever want, and it's working on the rest. So yeah, lapis, okay, lapis is pretty good now. It's got 30,000 lapis. That's probably all I could ever want. Diamonds and emeralds, they're getting there. This has been running for 4 or 5 days now, and it's on a server, so it runs consistently. It's chunk loaded, so it's not the fastest thing ever, but it's pretty good. Well, it is fast. It does a bunch of stuff, but it's not the fastest thing ever for diamonds and emeralds. And there was another one that was actually silver was kind of, where's my silver? That you? Well, that's tin. Oh yeah, there's silver. Okay, so silver is, it's up to 14,000, but keep in mind iron is almost 200,000 and gold is, 40,000. So silver is actually a little bit rare in this pack. Anyway, I'm sure that's all part of the configs and could be changed to whatever you want. The one thing I will note is you only get ores. In fact, you only get these ores. Specifically, these ores. For instance, you get charged Certus quartz in this pack. You don't get normal Certus quartz, only charged. You get iron and gold and diamond and emeralds, but you don't get black quartz. And you don't get random dig ups of hives or mine shafts that might have had chests with interesting things in them. So while it is infinite ores, it's only infinite of some ores and no other bonusy type stuff that you would get with actually quarrying in, let's say, the Deep Dark or the Mining Age or somewhere else. So, I still think it's very cool, and I just suddenly like having, hundred thousands of whatever iron stuff, metals that I'm probably never ever going to use. But yeah, there is a little bit of a limitation on it. So anyway, that's it. Just wanted to show you guys my infinite quarry and see what you think of it. As always, good to hear anything, comments or whatever from you guys. Love to hear from you. Just leave me a comment and we'll catch you in the next one.